All right, ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to look at today is we're going to focus on the right triangle, and we're going to apply something called the Pythagorean Theorem to the right triangle. But again, it only works for right triangles. So as you've already taken in your notes, we'll just recap some of the parts of the right triangle and then go ahead and start making application of the Pythagorean Theorem. So a right triangle is going to have two legs, which are the shorter sides of the right triangle, and the hypotenuse. So it has two legs and a hypotenuse. So the hypotenuse, again, is always across from that right angle. So that little box there means 90 degrees. So across from that 90-degree angle is going to be the hypotenuse. So you just find the 90 degree and draw a line straight across, and you'll find the hypotenuse. Otherwise, you look for the longest side. It's the longest leg of the right triangle. It's called the hypotenuse. Okay, so now there's a special relationship that exists between all three sides of a right triangle, and that's where the Pythagorean theorem comes into play. So typically we will name our sides by the lowercase letters. So we'll have one leg will be A, one leg will be B, and the hypotenuse is typically labeled as C. Again, the hypotenuse is the longest side of the right triangle. So that could always change, but typically most of the time it's labeled like this. So we've labeled it this way so that we can make the application of the Pythagorean theorem clear. So make sure you write this down, that it's only for right triangles. We can't just use the Pythagorean theorem on any triangle we want to. It's only going to be applicable for the right triangles. And this is what the theorem actually is. So you saw the proof of the theorem, right? So it's the length of one leg squared added to the length of the second leg squared, and that's going to be equal to the hypotenuse squared. So in this case, we have letters A, B, and C, so we could say it's A squared plus B squared equals C squared, because the length of one leg squared plus the length of the second leg squared is equal to the hypotenuse, the length of the hypotenuse squared. Right? So A squared plus B squared equals C squared.